So just wanted to make this video today to offer you guys 3 simple steps in making your exercise program a bit more effective for you so you can get to your goal a little bit quicker. So the first step is having a goal. And this goes without saying, but a lot of people go in the gym and hope they achieve their goal. And you have to be a bit more strategic, a bit more tactical about it. It's like going to the forest, shutting your eyes, getting a gun, and hoping you hit something. It's not going to happen. You might hit something, you might not. So again, as opposed to leading up to chance, you can actually, there is steps of getting to each goal you want. There's a lot of different mechanisms we can put in place that you can actually get to your goal that much more efficiently. You don't need to leave it up to chance. It's not like winning the lottery. There is steps of actually getting to a certain goal. So again, pick a goal. Now, I would try and pick one goal at once. Now, there is going to be some kind of synergistic goals going on sometimes. So for example, if you're in a muscle building phase, just for example, the premise of building muscle is that you get stronger from week to week, you're exerting progressive overload, and you're eating more than you burn. So again, you are going to be essentially getting stronger and building muscle at the same time. Vice versa, like if you're in a fat loss phase, you might be doing more cardio, for example, so your cardiovascular performance is going to go up a little bit while you're losing weight. Now, the problem is why I say choose one goal at once is when some goals cross over with each other and that they're kind of like polar opposites. And this is the paradox sometimes of people when they go to the gym because they're trying to achieve, say, building muscle and losing fat at the same time. These goals are like on the opposite end of the spectrum. So building muscle, like I said, you need to take in more calories than you burn, just a little bit more, while getting stronger from week to week. Working out your entire body throughout the week. Vice versa, in a fat loss program, you're trying to take in less calories than you burn, just by a little bit. And again, you're trying to lose weight from week to week, so you're taking in less energy, and you might be doing cardio as well. So it's a little bit easier for you to drop calories. You can only keep dropping food from week to week for so long before you're starving. So again, you supplement that with actually doing more cardio and things of that nature. So again, if you're trying to do both at the same time, so for example, say if you're on a very low calorie diet in hopes to lose weight, you're doing a little bit of cardio as well, so you don't have to keep dropping your food as much, and you're trying to build muscle on top of that. Now, you can get stronger from week to week, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be building that tissue because the body needs the extra calories to grow and manufacture that tissue. So you can already see that isn't going to necessarily work. You can still get stronger, but it doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to be building more muscle. So, say if you're in a muscle building program and you're trying to lose weight at the same time, if you're taking in more energy than you're burning and, you're getting stronger from week to week, that is going to be building muscle, yeah. But if you're trying to lose weight at the same time, you're already taking in more energy than you're burning. Now, remember what we said before, that you have to take in less energy than you're burning if you want to lose weight. So that kind of contradicts each other. Now, there are some people who do both at the same time, but it's usually this unintentional thing. It's usually when someone's had a long layoff from the gym, or they're brand new to training and they've never been exposed to any kind of weight training stimulus before. So, their body is a kind of mechanism to adjust and adapt to that stimuli. It typically might lose a couple of pounds of body fat and you'll put some muscle on as well. But again, it isn't this kind of controllable thing. It usually just happens unintentionally. So, premise of that first step, pick one goal. So again, it's either building muscle, losing fat, or some kind of performance goal. The second step is weighing your food. Now, if it's not weighing it, it's tracking it. I think, guesstimating stuff, that's fine if you want to do that and then transition into weighing it. Optimally, you want to try to be weighing it because you want to get the most accurate amount of calories and macros from your food you're taking in, so you can better predict if you're progressing or not. So, I would use something like MyFitnessPal. In terms of macronutrient breakdowns, I'm not going to say too much about that. If you need help with that, then I do online personal training. If you need help with that, give me a message on YouTube or on my Facebook. But the premise of this video, just to give you a bit more of an insight, and then you guys can work it out, or you can ask me if you need personal training. First have a goal, then track the food, and then the final step is to have some kind of strategic refeed if you're in a fat loss phase, and if you're in a bulking phase. I would say that you have a day where you may just chill out and not track anything. Have it a day just to be social. Sometimes we can get in that kind of paradigm of suffering when we're in an exercise program, and I don't agree with that. I think it needs to be a flexible thing. It needs to be conducive to a lifestyle. You need to have that psychological break. So just to go over that last bit again, if you're in a fat loss phase, I would recommend having one day out of the week where you bump your calories up to at least maintenance or a slight bit above. So that could be between, say, 500 and 700 calories more than what you normally have when you're losing weight. So again, but you need them first 2 steps first to make this last bit more effective. So the reason being is usually when you're in a fat loss phase and you're starting to specifically get quite lean, or moderately lean, or an average body fat, your leptin levels are going to start to drop. So that's your body's hormone, which kind of regulates appetite. Your body's ability to utilize fat for energy and stuff like that usually gets suppressed. So as that gets suppressed, your body holds onto fat, and you notice your hunger starts to increase. So you can already see that's a big problem, because that's going to result maybe in possible binging, abnormal weight gain, and then you're going to be in this kind of restricting and binging cycle. So what I recommend is at least one day out of the week is bump your calories up to maintenance and try and make sure that the majority of them calories you're adding are coming mainly from carbohydrate. That is the prime mover, or the force multiplier for you when you transition back to your normal calories for the remaining 6 days. You're going to be burning more calories, because carbohydrates are very thermogenic, and that is usually the catalyst for leptin. So we're going to try and bump your calories up to maintenance, and the majority of them calories are going to come mainly from carbohydrate in the additional 500, 700 calories. And then you would normally just keep your protein, your fat, and your fiber intake the same on that day. So again, and then if you're just building muscle, you don't need to really worry about your leptin too much, because that's going to be probably quite elevated because you're eating more carbs, you're not in a deficit, your body's not in this kind of conservation mode, panicking that there's some kind of starvation going on, whatever it is. You have a surplus of energy, so you don't need to really worry about that. But if you want one day out of the week, just for the sake of psychological benefit, if you're being very strict on yourself still, which I kind of recommend, even when you're gaining muscle, not to make this free-for-all thing where you put on a ton of body fat. You still need to be strategic and tactical and disciplined, even in a muscle-building phase. You don't need to get fat to build muscle. You still need to be strategic, disciplined, and tactical about it. You might just have one day out of the week where you don't track anything, and you just chill, and you might be even in a deficit that day or whatever it is. I would still recommend try and get in a surplus, but I would try and recommend just one day where you chill out, you don't need to worry about it. It may be on an off day from training as well. So it's just more important really in a fat loss phase, because if you don't do that in a fat loss phase, you run the risk then of really suppressing your leptin. So your hunger levels are going to increase and your body is going to conserve more fat. It actually makes it more difficult to lose weight. This is why people have, I hate this term, but just for the sake of this video, people have cheat days, cheat meals. Again, I believe in strategic refeeds where you have a specific amount even on that high day, and you know exactly what you're taking in. If you're just binging and overindulging and completely going over the top and taking all this excess energy in, sometimes people can overdo it and actually gain quite a lot of weight from that. And it does spike that leptin, but again, we're trying to be strategic. We're not trying to gain an excessive amount of weight on this day. You probably notice you'll gain a few pounds in water weight or something like that, but again, it shouldn't be you gain 14 pounds on this day. It's kind of missing the point. You're just using this day just to bump your, hormonal levels up to back to, a kind of, a normal balance of them. So when you transition back, your body can utilize more fat for energy. It's just being strategic about it. And it gives you that psychological break. Serotonin increases, the happy neurotransmitters and stuff like that are all being fired, and you're going to be in a better mood. Your hunger isn't going to be as high. You probably might even notice your training might improve from that, because the glycogen stores are going to be running a little bit more lower. Your blood sugar is not going to be as high on them low days. So by having this one strategic day, it's kind of like a recalibration. You get your body back up to baseline. Energy levels are more increased. It'll fuel more anaerobic performance, like your weight training, interval cardio, and stuff like that. So I hope I've made that clear. So not to waffle on. So just to go back all through the 3 steps before I finish. So first thing, having a goal. Try and pick one goal at once, whether it's building muscle, losing fat, or a performance goal. And then the second thing is track your food, and ideally weighing it. And then the third step is having some kind of strategic refeed, or if not, just a day where you have a relaxing day if you're trying to build muscle or things of that nature. So hope you guys have enjoyed that video. If you've got any comments, comment below. If you do need someone to strategically put this in a program for you, I do online personal training where I will do your weight training, a very customized weight training program, cardio program, and then give you your specific diet guidelines based on you as an individual. My mission is to teach people how to teach themselves how to get in the best shape of their life. So that is the premise of that. I hope you guys have enjoyed them 3 tips, and any questions, like I said, comment below, message me on Facebook. Have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much.